Welcome back to the channel. Quick question for all of you. Will AJ Brown get traded to the New England Patriots if Mike Vrabel is no longer the coach? Because right now, things are not looking so good for Mike. There's been a whole bunch more stuff coming out with Dianna Russini and Mike Vrabel, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. And the fact that media like ESPN has not touched this in any way, shape, or form, that Mina Kimes refuses to discuss this at all. Pat McAfee refuses to discuss this at all. This is a bad look for NFL sports media, and it is a bad look for the NFL when you look at the role Dianna Russini played with the AJ Brown stuff. Because now we have this, folks. This was in Tennessee. Dianna Russini was 7 months pregnant, and she got together and had a boat outing with Mike Vrabel. This has been going on for, I don't know, 6 years at this point, maybe even before Dianna Russini got married, which is absolutely wild. And now we're also getting people spinning it to, oh, well, she was so in love with Mike Vrabel. She said, this is love. This is, as if that somehow excuses it. Man, I do not understand how her husband, maybe he's getting all his ducks in a row. I don't know how he hasn't filed divorce papers at this point, but I'll tell you what, it is not just people yapping wondering if her son named Michael is actually her husband's son and not Mike Vrabel's son. But it is starting to pile up. This is something where at some point the NFL, I don't think the Patriots will do it because we know they're very much an organization that cheats. But considering so much of the New England stuff with the AJ Brown stuff and the trade and everything has been about his relationship with Mike Vrabel, it makes you wonder, is that what is going to happen? Is AJ Brown going to say, and then what does that do for the team, right? If this is, like a lot of people seem to think, truly a done deal at this point. AJ Brown, we're going to hit June 1st. He's going to go to New England. How he's going to get whatever he's going to get. We're moving on. We stack the wide receiver room. Mike Vrabel resigns. We're getting close to June 1st, by the way. Does AJ Brown go and be like, yeah, you know what? I'm good. I don't need to go to New England. And whether he says that or not, in terms of staying with Philadelphia, do we look to trade him elsewhere? Do we say, hey, you know what? Even if AJ wanted to stay instead of go elsewhere, do we just say, yo, you know what? We got to get something for him. It's untenable at this point. What's been going on? What's happening in the locker room? We've moved on. We got a plan for no AJ Brown. Let's hit the phones. Let's find another team. Help banish him to the Jets. Put him on the Browns. Just get him out of the Eagles locker room. Let's move on. I think it's kind of run its course in Philadelphia at this point. I think everyone is better off with moving on as opposed to trying to make it work. But I just hit me. I haven't even shared this with you. So we have this little clip from TMZ. It's funny. TMZ was initially turned down the original story, which is why Page Six got it. But man, when they realized it was a thing, they've been all over this. They missed out. This is not a good look, folks. This is a really, really bad look. And look, I know it's two different things. A lot of people are like, oh, and it's just an affair. It's just two married people who have kids sleeping with married people. Wait, that would make four of them, right? No, it's two individual married people sleeping with another married person. But no, it has a lot of ramifications for the NFL, and we certainly know, being Philadelphia Eagles fans, that it's had a lot of ramifications and fallout with the Philadelphia Eagles. So yeah, it is a big deal. In fact, you know what I'm saying? It is a big deal. Even Emmanuel Acho weighed in.
Mike Vrabel got to catch hella heat at this point in time. Because if you can't lead yourself, how can you lead a group of men? This was no longer a mistake, T. This was now continued, willing, wild action. You're on a boat while married with another married woman who is pregnant. Child, we don't know who's the father, so I won't assume. And you doing this in the midst of your coaching tenure. T, how can you expect all 53, because several of the 53 will, but how can you expect all 53 to adhere to the off-field advice, not on-field advice? How can you expect all 53 men to adhere to the off-field advice of a man who, for at minimum 6 years, continued in a, if not a fair, wildly disrespectful relationship to his wife, his kids, her husband, her pregnant child, and herself? How can you expect players, T, to follow his off-field instruction? On-field, what he did off-field ain't got nothing to do with his football acumen at all whatsoever. But what it does have to do with, T, is you on a boat with a pregnant, married woman while you married in 2021 and we in big 2026 and y'all was just pictured photographed together. Come on, T. Come on, T.
Manuacho has had some really bad takes that I've ripped into at times, but the man is not wrong here at all. Other than I will say this, and I saw it from Asante Samuel, by the way, sadly, Eagles fans. He's all in on being okay with what Mike Vrabel did. I think he's trying to justify his own behavior. He's talking about how Mike Vrabel is probably a better husband at home than Dianna Russini's husband, even though yeah. But anyway, that's another topic. But he has a great point, and it just again makes me think back to oh man, the player for the Bulls, Christian, made some comments about the NBA and the whole Pride Night stuff, and why are we doing that? And then got cut. You had a player for the Patriots who came out, and supported him. Another practicing Christian, didn't say anything bad or hateful. Just said, "Hey, I get what he's saying. I think we need to respect that. What happened to different opinions and all that." And Mike Vrabel came out like a little bitch. Sorry, if I may, just because of the way you act to do that to your player, an adult, a professional athlete who didn't really say anything wrong. Now you might not agree with him. That's not my point, but he wasn't disrespectful or hateful. And for the coach to come out and to talk about how he's ignorant and has to get educated, and you've been doing this for 6 years. Get out of my locker room, man. There's no respect for you. There's no respect for you as a human being. It doesn't matter what you are as a coach. Uh, Vrabel's got to get fired. And let's face it, the Patriots owe the Eagles at least a first round pick for tampering. Am I wrong? Let me know, Eagles fans. Smash the like button, subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Go have the day you deserve. I will talk to you later.